Everything is ready for the memorial service?
quietly.
She specially chose a remote seat, but the large halter rose red short dress, and this is all black and white hall, is somewhat incompatible. It is very striking. Her face was pale as paper. Her lips did not show a trace of blood, only a pair of bloodshot eyes staring at the large portrait hanging on the wall. Because of the slow loss of time, her whole person is not as bright as a dazzling dress, but a layer of haze that is unclear. This is the banquet hall of the Zafong family's old house, a place that Zafong Pip is familiar with. The heavy iron gate separates the reporters of major newspapers and television stations crowded outside the house from all kinds of noise. Only the low sadness and music can be heard from time to time in the hall. The courtyard is filled with wreaths sent by politicians and business people, and the staff has long changed into a black dress, entering and leaving to prepare for the upcoming ceremony. The hall was filled with hundreds of guests to attend the memorial service for Zashuang's father and daughter, most of whom were friends of the deceased Mr. Zhang Shengming, but few relatives and friends really came for his daughter. Zhang Shengming's prestige has always been extremely high since the old father took over the company from a single-family enterprise to now in the world, has hundreds of quite large group companies not only involved in banking and insurance and other dozens of financial institutions, but also control many chemical, pharmaceutical, food, real estate, aviation, and telecommunications digital industries. 20 years of struggle in the shopping mall. Those who know him, and he has dealt with people, even if only one side of the friendship, all praise his character is excellent, honest, and honest. Although the shopping mall, such as a battlefield, but Zhuang Shangming never used despicable means, every battle to make each other convinced. And his wife Chen Yui, that childhood sweethearts hand in hand, accompanied by feelings, is a good story. But such a nearly perfect entrepreneur, but a week ago swallowed a large number of sleeping pills to commit suicide, leaving only a suicide note, said he suffered from depression for many years, can no longer face normal life. Numerous newspapers and magazines rushed to report the news of Zishuang Shangming's death at the same time, but also boldly speculate in the end whose two daughters will be the final winner of Zishuang Shangming's legacy. Who knows that everyone has not been calmed down after dinner? Zafang Shangming's affairs have not even been arranged. His eldest daughter was kidnapped a few days ago. The Suang Paipi saw the host on the stage with a very sorry tone, said, "Day, thank you for your visit today, guests, friends, and relatives. Today we are here with a very sad mood to mourn Mr. Zhuang Shangming and Miss Zhuang PPTA." Faction, Harry's mouth gradually spread a strange smile of bitterness. Yeah, she came to Dad's memorial service on her own. She could not remember how many days she had been wandering, and she was almost numb to everything around her. In the previous scene, it was as if the kidnapper had ignored her last plea for mercy and approached her step by step with the rope viciously, and in the moment of severe throat pain and almost fainting, she felt her body being gently lifted up. Already dead, she clearly saw the kidnapper wrap her body in a black plastic bag and throw it into the gutter, and she clearly heard the man on the phone, "Cassie, Mrs. Zhuang, it's done." Mrs. Quang, how many other Quangs in the world would want her dead? Basanis could not help looking toward the stage where a pair of heartbroken mother and daughter were sitting. That is Chen Yu, the widow of Zhuang Shangming, and Zafang Weiwei, the second daughter of Zafang Shangming. They listened to the eulogy and wept. Chen Yui's hair scattered on the shoulders. The usual noble posture can no longer be seen, and now for the death of her husband and eldest daughter, crying so much that she almost fainted. And Eva Huang's wee eye is full of tears. She cried, but also hard to support the mother's weak body. Lonely and painful figure of mother and daughter. Anyone at the scene will sigh. Many people cannot help but move, followed by wiping tears. Only Fukuang Peipi was not impressed by the excellent acting of these two people. She just stared coldly, staring at the mother and daughter who did not look half an hour ago and half a minute sad. They raised their glasses to celebrate the success of the plan, celebrate the legacy. They were excited to book tomorrow to Milan shopping tickets. Oh, what a pity for Zhuang Shangming. When you look at that photo, it still looks like a talented person. Why do you want to take it hard? Secte. Is it really like the gossip magazine said that she was angry with the long PPPTT? Trying to keep it down. The small calling Pipey heard someone whispered about himself around her. She smiled helplessly.
What gossip had she not heard after all these years? They call her dealer Shame.
Is she still unaware of her reputation out there? She can almost recite those newspaper eye-catching headlines: drinking trouble, smoking, beating, drug abuse, detention, selling property, father and daughter fight. These days, she has heard too much, seen too much, faced the truth again and again, experienced a mental breakdown again and again. She has been almost calm. Last month, the weekly magazine did a survey on the revelation of Zhasheng Peipi's one-night stand. Oh my God, how much did she humiliate herself? Anyway, you have to find out what your last name is. Tay! When she opened someone's head with a beer bottle, her mother Chen Yu did not also make an apology to people. Tease, the whole family is her involvement. Zetfoan Wiwi every time reporters around to ask her sister and where to make what mess. Fortunately, the two daughters are well educated, beautiful, and generous, and have no choice in manners and conversation, which can be regarded as consolation for Mrs. Afunner. After all, there is still a reliable old age.
Oh, people are dead, don't say anymore. They'll call.
I do not know when the stage has changed people. Now Speaking has done nearly 30 years of Zhashuang family lawyers, but also friends at home Jin Heaping. I can see that Jin lawyer emotion is very excited. The voice is slightly trembling to tell his first time in Zhashuang Shengming meet the memory. Lawyer Jin's eyes are red and Zahuan Pipi's eyes are red. I don't know how long it took, and the only thing left in her mind was her father's roar clay. That's the industry your grandfather fought his life to support, and the only shares he left to you. You dared to sell them at low prices to buy amphetamines. T. Quan P. Do you not want to live? Do you want us all to die with you, T? All she remembered was that she had been slapped so hard that she could not get up from her eyes. That was the last time she saw the Shuang Shengming 2 years ago? In the past 2 years, Zafame PP hid in the United States and did not contact him, but received his phone message again a week ago, a short sentence. Dave PP, sorry, I can give you so much beer, Pia. Wang Kaisi had not yet figured out what was going on, and the lawyer called the next day to tell her that her father had died. Why is that? Wouldn't you rather watch me die? Why are you so upset? And the most strange thing is still behind. Zefrong Shengming put all the property, all left to his most unloved eldest daughter, Defang Piti. But Chuanje, P laughed in self-mockery. I died too, didn't I? What else can I do for you? What else can I do for myself? Why can't I just disappear into the world like you? Why can't I come back here and see them for who they really are and face the truth that I can't bear? Why would you give me all your inheritance so I could be their target? The roar of the heart is not shared, even if it is shouted out. No one can hear it. Such a hopeless feeling of helplessness. Zahuan Paipi no longer want to bear. The more angry, the more full of anger and hatred, had nowhere to vent. The black strangle mark on the top of the neck, the more painful. Pain she can not breathe. Pain she burst into tears. And when this pain appears, she will see this picture again in a trance. The kidnapper's ferocious face is becoming clearer and clearer. Play, I may as well tell you, Miss Awang, you are not likely to walk out alive. BT. Why, my mom paid the ransom. Big a DI.
The kidnappers laughed loudly. BA, that's just taking away your advance. Dairy.
Let her cry again loud. No one can help her. Like the night of her 16th birthday, when she was howling like crazy and she was pleading and her whole body was shaking with fear as she huddled in the corner. Waka Pifi's thought suddenly stopped. Somehow her body, around a little spread of black fog, head more and more heavy. Not far from the stage is changing to Zahuan Wiwi speech, but the voice seems to come from far away, far to Zahuan Pifi almost cannot hear. Sister, I hope you can have a good life in heaven. I hope you can come back and see me, if you can.
Wiwi's voice is getting thinner and thinner. Could I help if I can do it all over again? B.
The black fog grew thicker and thicker, covering everything that Zashuang Paipi could see in front of her and swallowing her. Start all over again. God damn it, I'm never gonna do it again. Borisguan PP has long been surrounded by darkness, and the air is filled with a sense of repression which feels suffocating.
No, it's not the atmosphere that makes you dizzy, it's the throat. What a sore throat.
There's something pressing on the neck, so much strength. How can not shake open, so painful, almost out of breath, so sad, save from...
Peter, do you think she'll wake up before the party is over?
No.
The sound of distant and near gradually gathered Zafong Pepeshi's wandering consciousness. Let her sleep well. The jet lag takes a long time to get used to, and your pumpkin has plenty of chances to adjust, DLA. She heard someone communicating in English beside her, a man and a woman whose voice was strange but vaguely familiar. Vakshawensapeti wants to open his eyes, but how can not make the strengths until she heard the word tease little pumpkin pay. The body involuntarily shivered like a current rushing through the whole body, fell heavily, and was soft caught by something. Baxiyuong Pipi heard the footsteps of their departure, the heartburst of fear. No, 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 don't go, you don't go, take me with you. I'm not staying here anymore. A flash of light caused her eyes to snap open in surprise. She saw not her own memorial service, not the torn-up old village house, but a warm little bed.